Okay, so in the last lecture, we have started discussion on inventory models, and we have discussed that there are two types of models. One is probabilistic model and one is deterministic model. And these two models are segregated into two different categories, that is fixed order order type of model and fixed quantity model. Okay, so further at the end of last lecture, we have started discussion on the model number one, which will be considered as a basic model for the inventory. Okay, and this model is related to the economic order quantity, and here we need to consider the instantaneous stock replacement. Okay, means what? When the stock level or the inventory level reaches to the minimum condition or at a minimum level, at that time the replenishment action will be initiated and the complete stock or the remaining stock will be fulfilled. Okay, and the that action will be considered as a an instantaneous action for the replenishment. Okay, here we need to consider the assumption that demand is deterministic and constant and it is known. So we have initially forecasted the demand, and we understood that this will be the demand for the particular product in the market, or requirement of a production center, so that we need to bought out these parts on a regular basis, and accordingly we have determined the demand, and it is constant. There will not be, for the model purpose. Okay, so demand never will be constant, but in this model, for the understanding purpose of inventory to determine the economic order cost, here we are assuming that it is constant and it is known to you. Okay, and the next point is stock replenishment is instantaneous. So as in the heading of a model number one, it is mentioned that instantaneous stock replenishment means what? When it reaches to the minimum level, at that time instantaneously stock will be refilled. Okay, it is assumption. Okay, it is assumption. So here we need to consider that lead time is 0. Okay, then next assumption we have to consider that we are not going to consider the discount price of particular product. Okay, discounted price of a particular product. We are going to consider the fixed price. Okay, so whatever the discount we are getting for the bulk purchase of a product or bulk selling of a product, that discount things we will not going to consider in this particular model, and the cost required to order the particular thing, or cost required to perform the setup cost in the industry. Okay, so that cost will not depend upon how much number of products you are going to produce or how much number of products you are going to purchase. Okay, so now here we have considered this diagram for the representation of our basic inventory model. Okay, and here we can say that this topmost dotted line will showcase the maximum inventory level. Okay, and this horizontal line, dark horizontal line, represent the minimum inventory level. Okay, whereas this second dotted line shows the average inventory level, and this third dotted line showcase the ROL level. Okay, ROL level. So now here once and this zigzag line showcase the consumption rate. Okay, consumption is continuous one. Products are consumed or raw material is consumed at the shop floor on a continuous basis, or we can say that the products from the stock are sell out on a continuous basis. So both the things are valid for this particular model. Now here, if you consider that whatever the products or whatever the inventory, raw material inventory you have maintained, that is consuming on a continuous basis for the production purpose. So that consumption, this zigzag line showcase the consumption level. Okay, or we can say that consumption rate or the inventory level in the particular location or in the store. Okay, so due to the consumption, this level of inventory goes on decreasing, and once it reaches to the minimum level, at that time replenishment action will be initiated, and according to our assumption there will not be any lead time in a replenishment action. So suddenly the inventory goes to the maximum level. Okay, and once again the consumption is continuous one. Okay, so due to the consumption, it will inventory level goes on decreasing. Once it will reach to the minimum level, replenishment action will be initiated, and once again it will reach to the maximum level. Okay, so this is the basic model. Now here we need to determine the EOQ, that is economical order quantity, and for that purpose we have assumed that the replenishment action is instantaneous and there will not be any lead time during the replenishment action. So we required some nomenclature, and for that purpose we have considered these nomenclatures. The first one is D. D will be considered as a annual demand. Okay, so per year how much demand for the particular product, that will be considered as a D. Okay, that will be considered as a D. Then CH is considered to be inventory carrying cost. Okay, and it will be expressed as a rupees per unit time period. So let us consider that to store particular product is required 1 rupees per product per year. Okay, per product per year. So inventory carrying cost will be 1 rupees per product per year. Okay, so that will be represented, or it will its nomenclature is given as a C suffix H. Then ordering cost per order. Okay, so C0 will be considered as a ordering cost per order. एक order के लिए कितना investment करना पड़ता है, कितना पैसा खर्च करना पड़ता है, so that will be considered as a ordering cost per order. Then CP will be considered as a price of a product. Okay, price of a product, purchase करने के लिए कितना amount लगता है आपको, so that will be considered as a CP. Okay, then Q will be considered as a order quantity. Okay, initially it will be a lump sum quantity, or we don't know what will be the order quantity, or initially you are considering any quantity for the ordering purpose, and we have to determine this unknown, that is Q star. Q star here representing the economic order quantity. Okay, economic means what? The price or the total annual cost related to the inventory should be minimum. That is nothing but this cost, total cost per annum for the inventory carry. Okay, so that cost should be minimum, and to maintain this minimum cost we have to define such a order quantity so that the inventory carrying cost and the second one is ordering cost will get minimum. So this Q star will be such a quantity which provide you the total annual inventory carrying cost at a minimum level. Okay, and that is the unknown part in this particular model. Okay, and that we have to determine. Then N is equal to number of orders placed per annum. Okay, N is equal to number of orders placed per annum. एक साल में आपने कितने order place किए हैं? So that is nothing but N. So for that, number of orders placed per annum will be represented by N. Okay. Now here, one thing is most important that you need to understand, that the two cost which is associated related to the inventory, that is first one is the ordering cost and second one is the inventory carrying cost. Okay, first one is ordering cost and second one is inventory carrying cost. This cost will considered to be opposite to each other. If the quantity of batch goes on increasing, then inventory carrying cost will get increased, but the order cost will get decreased. But if the order quantity decreases, then the ordering cost will get increased and the inventory carrying cost will get decreased. So both costs are opposite to each other, and both combinedly this both cost will formulate the total cost per annum. Okay, related to inventory, TC. Okay, total cost per annum. Now here one by one we will discuss the formulas. Okay, first of all we need to determine the annual ordering cost. एक साल में टोटल कितना पैसा आपने ऑर्डर करने पे खर्च किया, so that will be considered as a annual ordering cost. So वो कैसे डिटरमाइन करना है हमें? So एक साल में आपने कितने ऑर्डर दिए, so number of orders. Okay, and per order उसकी कॉस्ट कितनी है? Okay, per order उसकी कॉस्ट कितनी है? So annual ordering cost will be equal to number of orders multiplied by order cost per order. Okay, number of orders multiplied by order cost per order. Okay, now this annual ordering cost will also be represented as annual ordering cost equal to, now this number of orders. Okay, एक साल में आपने कितने ऑर्डर दिए, वो कैसे डिटरमाइन करना पड़ेगा आपको, कितने ऑर्डर देने हैं वो कैसे डिटरमाइन करना पड़ेगा। एक तो पहले आपको डिमांड मालूम होना चाहिए, एक साल में कितना डिमांड था पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट के लिए, ओके, और पर्टिकुलर इन्वेंट्री के लिए। सो लेट अस कंसीडर दैट 10,000 डिमांड था और आपने लमसम ऑर्डर एक ऑर्डर में आपने लमसम 1000 क्वांटिटी दे दी है, ओके, और 1000 क्वांटिटी की ऑर्डर दे दी है। सो हाउ मच नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स यू नीड टू प्लेस इन 1 ईयर, ओके, सो इट विल बी इक्वल टू कितना डिमांड है डिवाइडेड बाय पर ऑर्डर कितनी क्वांटिटी आपने ऑर्डर की है, ओके। सो एनुअल ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट, वंस अगेन इट विल बी फॉर्मुलेटेड एज एनुअल डिमांड, ओके, होल डिवाइडेड बाय ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी, एनुअल डिमांड होल डिवाइडेड बाय order quantity multiply by ordering cost, okay, it is already there, ordering cost per order, so that will be represented over here. Now we know that annual demand is represented by D, capital D, and order quantity is represented by capital Q, and ordering cost per order is represented by C naught, okay, ordering cost per order is represented by C naught, okay. So annual ordering cost will be formulated as D divided by Q multiplied by C naught. Okay, annual ordering cost will be formulated as D divided by Q multiplied by C naught. Okay, is there any question, any problem in this formulation? Okay, so write down here only annual ordering cost, annual ordering cost. Complete the writer part with this only. Annual ordering cost will be equal to, annual ordering cost will be equal to number of orders multiply by annual ordering cost is equal to number of orders multiply by order cost per order, order cost per order, order cost per order, okay. Now once again we can write this annual ordering cost is equal to number of order. कैसे डिटरमाइन करना है हमें, एक साल में प्रोडक्ट के लिए कितना डिमांड था, ओके, और हमारी बैच क्वांटिटी और ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी कितनी थी, ओके, ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी कितनी थी। सो उससे हमें क्या पता चल जाएगा, नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स कितने देने पड़ेंगे और नहीं तो कितने दे दिए हैं एक सेल में। सो दैट विल बी एनुअल ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट विल बी इक्वल टू एनुअल डिमांड डिवाइडेड बाय ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी multiply by ordering cost per order, okay. So you'll get the formula for the annual ordering cost. Annual ordering cost will be equal to D divided by Q multiply by C naught, D divided by Q multiply by C naught, okay. Is there any question, any doubt in this formula? Now the second part related to the total inventory carrying cost or total annual inventory cost is nothing but inventory carrying cost, annual inventory carrying cost, ओके, एक साल में आपने कितना पैसा इन्वेंट्री कैरी करने के लिए खर्च किया, सो दैट इज नथिंग बट एनुअल इन्वेंट्री कैरिंग कॉस्ट, ओके, एंड इट विल बी फॉर्मुलेटेड एज एवरेज इन्वेंट्री मल्टीप्लाई बाय इन्वेंट्री कैरिंग कॉस्ट, ओके। सो एवरेज इन्वेंट्री का मतलब क्या होता है, एवरेज इन्वेंट्री का मतलब होता है कि डिफरेंस लेना है हमें, ओके, एवरेज इन्वेंट्री का मतलब क्या होता है कि डिफरेंस लेना है, मैक्सिमम लेवल क्या है और मिनिमम लेवल क्या है इन्वेंट्री की। So once we take the difference between the maximum level and minimum level, just divide by 2, you will get the average, okay, you'll get the average. Now here in this diagram also you can check here. So this is the minimum level, okay, and this is the maximum level. So when you take the difference, so this entire part will be in a focus, okay, this entire part will be in a focus. Now half of this will be considered as average inventory, average inventory. So same thing we have done here. So average inventory is equal to maximum inventory minus minimum inventory divided by 2, okay, maximum inventory minus minimum inventory divided by 2, and already inventory carrying cost is there, so that will be taken over, that inventory carry multiply with inventory carrying cost. Now यहाँ पर और एक गौर करने वाली चीज है कि आपको ये देखना है, now यहाँ पे क्या देखना है आपको कि ये दोनों का डिफरेंस मैक्सिमम एंड मिनिमम डिफरेंस, सो दैट इज इक्वल टू दिस पर्टिकुलर लेंथ, ओके, दिस लाइन इज देयर दैट शोकेस द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द मैक्सिमम लेवल एंड मिनिमम लेवल. So When you reach to the minimum level, you started the replenishment action, and that is instantaneous one, and you fulfilled the inventory completely to the maximum level. Okay, from this minimum level to the maximum level, so that your order quantity to fulfill this vacancy in the inventory, you need to provide the order. Okay, so at that time your order quantity will be equal to, okay, will be equal to Q. Okay, order quantity क्या, आपने order quantity को क्या nomenclature दिया है, Q दिया है. So और ये जो difference है यहाँ से यहाँ तक का, so that difference is nothing but maximum inventory level minus minimum inventory level. So we can consider that the difference between maximum inventory level and minimum inventory level will be equal to the order quantity, will be equal to the order quantity, that is nothing but a Q. Similar thing we have done in the formulation, like maximum inventory minus minimum inventory. Okay, and instead of this maximum inventory minus minimum inventory, which is equal to Q, we have represented as Q. Okay, minus maximum inventory minus minimum inventory will represent the Q, that is nothing but a order quantity, that is nothing but a order quantity. Now the inventory carrying cost, for that we have taken the nomenclature as a CH. So actual inventory carrying cost will be equal to Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Okay, now is there any question, any doubt in this formulation? Kindly write down this thing: annual inventory carrying cost, annual inventory carrying cost, annual inventory carrying cost is equal to average inventory multiplied by inventory carrying cost, average inventory multiplied by inventory carrying cost, average inventory multiplied by inventory carrying cost, which is equal to maximum inventory minus minimum inventory divided by 2, which is equal to maximum inventory minus minimum inventory divided by 2, multiply by inventory carrying cost, multiply by inventory carrying cost, multiply by inventory carrying cost. So your second formula is annual inventory carrying cost, which is equal to annual inventory carrying cost, which is equal to Q multiplied by CH, divided by 2. Okay, Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Now, first we got the annual ordering cost, and second we got the annual inventory carrying cost. Now, by combining these two costs, we will get the annual total cost. Okay, by combining annual ordering cost and the annual inventory carrying cost, we will get the annual total cost, which is associated with related to the inventory. Okay, which is associated with related to inventory. So annual total cost will be represented as T suffix C, and which is equal to the annual ordering cost plus annual inventory cost. Now only we have discussed these two formula related to the annual ordering cost and annual inventory cost. So we will get the formula for annual total cost, okay, represented as T suffix C, will be equal to D divided by Q multiplied by C naught, which is nothing but annual ordering cost, and plus Q multiplied by CH divided by 2, that is nothing but annual inventory carrying cost. Okay, so this third equation we will get related to the annual total cost. Now, but our aim is to determine the EOQ, that is nothing but economic order quantity, in such a manner that this annual total cost will get minimum. Okay, in economical order quantity we have to determine so that this annual total cost will get minimum. Okay, and for that purpose we have to differentiate this annual total cost equation with respect to Q, and we have to equate that differentiation, first order differentiation or first order derivative, equal to 0. Okay, so we have to differentiate this annual total cost with respect to Q. Okay, so differentiation, next step will be the differentiation. So differentiation of T suffix C, that is the annual total cost with respect to Q. So we will get the equation as dt suffix dq will be equal to, now here 1 upon Q, we are D and C naught will be considered as a constant, and only one variable is there, that is nothing but Q. Okay, only one variable is there, that is nothing but Q. Now 1 upon Q differentiation will be considered as a minus 1 upon Q square, minus 1 upon Q square. 1 upon Q differentiation is minus 1 upon Q square. So differentiation of first term D divided by Q multiplied by C naught is equal to minus D divided by Q square multiplied by C naught, or minus D multiplied by C naught divided by Q. Okay, so differentiation of first term is minus D multiplied by C naught divided by Q square. Similarly, the differentiation of a second term, here also CH and 2, these are the constants, and only one variable is there, that is nothing but Q. So differentiation of a Q with respect to dq is equal to 1. Okay, is equal to 1. So here the differentiation of this second term is CH divided by 2. We'll get the differentiation equal to CH divided by 2. So differentiation of annual total cost with respect to dq will be equal to minus D multiplied by C naught divided by Q square plus CH divided by 2, which is equal to 0. We have equated this first order derivative equal to 0. Now only consider now this part. Okay, this part equation, this part we have considered that equation part, minus D multiplied by C naught divided by Q square plus CH divided by 2, which is equal to 0. Now if you transfer this CH divided by 2 on this side, so it will also have a negative sign. So negative on this side and negative on this side. So these negative signs will be cancelled. So we will get the equation as D multiplied by C naught divided by Q square, which is equal to CH divided by 2. Okay, now here we have to determine the economic order quantity, that is nothing but Q star. Once we differentiate and equated the total annual cost to 0, at that time the quantity Q will become the Q star. Okay, that is nothing but order quantity will becomes the economic order quantity when we differentiate the total annual cost with respect to Q and equated equal to 0. At that time the order quantity becomes the economic order quantity. Okay, order quantity becomes the economic order quantity. So here once we will get this equation, D multiplied by C naught divided by Q square, which is equal to CH divided by 2. Now if you convert that equation in the form of a Q, then you will get Q as, now here the Q becomes Q star, which is economic order quantity. So Q star, which is equal to under root of 2 DC naught divided by CH, where D is the demand, C naught is the ordering cost, and CH is the inventory carrying cost. Okay, and Q star is nothing but economic order quantity. Okay, economic order quantity. Getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt? So we reach the annual total cost. Write down the annual total cost T suffix C. Annual total cost T suffix C equal to annual total cost T suffix C equal to annual total cost T suffix C equal to annual ordering cost, annual total cost T suffix C equal to annual ordering cost plus annual inventory cost, plus annual inventory cost. So we'll get the formula for annual total cost in bracket T suffix C, annual total cost in bracket T suffix C equal to D divided by Q multiplied by C naught, D divided by Q multiplied by C naught plus D divided by Q multiplied by C naught plus Q multiplied by CH, divided by 2, Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Okay, so once you get this formula, now next aim is to determine the economic order quantity. Now next you can write to determine economic order quantity, to determine economic order quantity, to determine economic order quantity. To determine economic order quantity in bracket EOQ, to determine economic order quantity in bracket EOQ, bracket complete, differentiate annual total cost, differentiate annual total cost, differentiate annual total cost with respect to Q, with respect to Q, with respect to Q, and set first derivative equal to 0, and set first derivative equal to 0, and set first derivative equal to 0. Okay, and after differentiation we'll get this equation. Differentiation of T suffix C with respect to Q, that is dt suffix C divided by dq, dt suffix C divided by dq equal to minus d multiplied by C naught, minus d multiplied by C naught divided by Q square, divided by Q square plus CH divided by 2, plus CH divided by 2, which is equal to 0. Okay, next, so that we will get the equation as minus d multiplied by C naught whole divided by Q square, minus d multiplied by C naught whole divided by Q square plus C suffix H divided by 2, C suffix H divided by 2 is equal to 0, is equal to 0. Okay, now if you transfer this, for the understanding purpose I have done this step, that is I have transferred this CH divided by 2 on this side, or DC d multiplied by C naught divided by Q square, which is transferred on this side, on the one side of equal to sign, then it will become a plus. Okay, and we will get the equation as DC naught divided by Q square, which is equal to CH divided by 2. Now if you want to convert this equation into Q square format, okay, so we have to perform the operation of cross multiplication, and then we have to take the square root on both the sides, so that we will get the Q equation. Okay, Q equation. So write down Q star is equal to Q raised to star is equal to Q raised to star is equal to under root of 2 multiplied by D multiplied by C naught, under root of 2 multiplied by D multiplied by C naught, under root of 2 multiplied by D multiplied by C naught divided by CH, divided by CH. Whole terminology is in under root. Okay, 2D multiplied by C naught divided by CH, this whole term is in the under root. Okay, so write down where Q star is nothing but economic order quantity. Okay, Q star is nothing but economic order quantity. Now once you get the Q star, then the small things are there that we need to determine in some of the problems. The first is nothing but the optimal number of order placed per annum. ओके, पर साल में आपने कितने मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर आपको देने पड़ेंगे जब आप इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी कंसीडर करोगे. सो नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर प्लेस्ड ऑन in 1 year is depend upon 2 things. The first is nothing but annual demand, एक साल में कितना डिमांड है, और आपकी पर ऑर्डर में कितनी क्वांटिटीज है, एक ऑर्डर में कितनी क्वांटिटीज है. सो टोटल डिमांड को आपने पर ऑर्डर में कितनी क्वांटिटीज है उससे डिवाइड किया, तो आपको ऑप्टिमल नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स और मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स प्लेस्ड पर एनम, दैट नंबर वी विल गेट. ओके, सो n star here, n star is nothing but a optimal or minimal number of order placed per annum. So minimum number of order will be calculated when we consider the economic order quantity. Okay, economic order quantity. So n star is equal to annual demand divided by EOQ, annual demand divided by EOQ. So EOQ is the economic order quantity, and that is nothing but nomenclature. Its nomenclature is Q star. So it will be equal to D divided by Q star. It will be equal to D divided by Q star. Okay. Second thing we need to determine in the problem, that is nothing but optimal time interval between two orders. दो order के बीच में कितना minimum time रहेगा. Okay. So that is nothing but optimal टाइम इंटरवल बिटवीन टू ऑर्डर्स. ओके. सो एक साल में कितने दिन होते हैं, वर्किंग डेज कितने होते हैं. दिन तो 365 होते हैं, वो चेंज नहीं होते, लेकिन वर्किंग डेज वैरी हो सकते हैं. सो एक साल में कितने वर्किंग डेज होते हैं, उसको आपने टोटल मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर से डिवाइड किया तो आपको मिल जाएगा टाइम इंटरवल बिटवीन टू ऑर्डर्स, टू सक्सेसिव ऑर्डर्स. टाइम इंटरवल बिटवीन टू सक्सेसिव ऑर्डर्स. सो यू कैन राइट ऑप्टिमल टाइम इंटरवल बिटवीन टू ऑर्डर्स. Optimal time interval between two orders. Optimal time interval between two orders. So it can be represented as T star, T raised to star, which is equal to T star is equal to number of working days in year, number of working days in year divided by n star, number of working days in year divided by n star. Okay. Now total खर्चा कितना आया in 1 year में, so that we have to determine. So lump sum, for the lump sum order we have calculated the TC, that is the annual total cost on the for the inventory. But if you consider the economic batch order quantity, at that time, what will be the cost associated with the inventory? So that we have to determine. So next thing is minimum total yearly inventory cost. Okay, the next thing is minimum total yearly inventory cost. So that is nothing but annual total cost. So that we have to determine. So it will be minimum when we going to consider the economic order quantity. Okay, when we consider the economic order quantity. Now initial formula for the annual total cost is TC is equal to D divided by Q multiplied by C naught plus Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Okay, so this is the initial formula for the annual total cost. Now here we want to determine the minimum total cost. So cost will be minimum, annual total cost will be minimum when the order quantity will be considered as an economic order quantity. Order quantity will be considered as an economic order quantity. So for that purpose, the Q nomenclature or Q variable from the formula will be replaced by Q star. Okay, Q will be replaced by Q star. So here the order quantity becomes the economic order quantity. So here what we have done, minimum annual total cost, it will be represented as T suffix Cm will be equal to D divided by Q star multiplied by C naught plus Q star multiplied by CH divided by 2. Okay, Q star multiplied by CH divided by 2. Now here we have replaced Q by Q star. Okay, now just put up the formula that we have determined for the Q star in this particular equation. So our formula for the Q star is under root of 2 D C naught divided by CH. That formula we have put up here in this equation. So we will get D divided by under root of 2 DC naught divided by CH whole multiplied by C naught plus under root of 2 DC naught divided by CH multiplied by CH whole divided by 2. Okay. Now here we will get for the both the things. Now here you can do some operation that under root of C naught and C naught. Now here one root and one root will be cancelled, and under root of C naught will be remaining in the numerator side. Also similarly D and under root of D. So one under root from the numerator will be cancelled and one under root will remain in the numerator side. Okay. So in this manner, and this square root of in the denominator side, what is remaining? Under root of 2 divided by CH. So reverse multiplication we have performed over here. So we will get the first term as under root of d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch divided by 2. Similarly, if you perform for the second term, okay, here under root of ch and here outside ch, okay, so this under root of ch will be cancelled with ch, and here c suffix h will remain in the numerator side, okay, and we will get once again under root of d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch whole divided by 2. So what you understood? So this is the cost associated with the ordering. Okay, this is the cost associated with the ordering, and for that purpose we will get this term, and this is the cost associated with the inventory carrying cost. This is the cost associated with the inventory carrying. Okay, now here we need to understand that when we are considering the economic order quantity, at that time, whatever the ordering cost is there is equal to inventory carrying cost, So this thing is useful in the problem while dealing with the total annual cost. So this thing you need to remember when we are considering economic order quantity. At that time, the ordering cost is equal to inventory carrying cost. Ordering cost is equal to inventory carrying cost. So that is also foolproof over here. So first term is related to the ordering cost and second term is related to inventory carrying cost, and we are getting both the things similar. Okay, so that is nothing but under root of d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch whole divided by 2 plus under root of d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch divided by 2. So that is nothing but we will get 2 times under root of d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch divided by 2. So this 2 under root 2 and outside 2, this will be cancelled, and 1 under root of 2 is remain in the numerator side, so that we will get the minimum annual total cost, that is T suffix Cm will be equal to under root of 2 multiplied by d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch. Okay, 2 multiplied by d multiplied by c naught multiplied by ch. Getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt in this model? Okay, so where we reach up to? Okay, so minimum total yearly inventory cost. Write down the next point. Minimum total yearly inventory cost is given by 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 annual total cost inside the bracket T suffix C, annual total cost inside the bracket T suffix C equal to D divided by Q multiplied by C naught, D divided by Q multiplied by C naught plus Q multiplied by CH divided by 2, Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Q multiplied by CH divided by 2. Next, we will get the minimum annual total cost when we replace the ordering quantity by economical order quantity. So next you can write down minimum annual total cost inside the bracket T suffix Cm. Okay, minimum annual total cost inside the bracket T suffix Cm is equal to D divided by Q star multiplied by C naught, D divided by Q star multiplied by C naught plus Q star multiplied by CH divided by 2, Q star multiplied by CH divided by 2. Okay, so then you have determined, we have already determined the Q star formula. So replace Q star by its formula. then you will get minimum annual total cost, that is TCM, equal to, write down, D whole divided by under root of 2D multiplied by C naught divided by CH multiply by whole multiply by C naught, whole multiply by C naught. Okay, capital D divided by under root of 2 multiplied by D multiplied by C naught divided by CH whole multiply by C naught, whole multiply by C naught, plus under root of 2 multiply by D multiply by C naught divided by CH whole multiply by CH, outside the under root multiply by CH, under root of 2 multiply by D multiply by C naught whole divided by CH, and outside the under root multiply by CH whole divided by 2, whole divided by 2. Now once you perform the operation like cancellation, okay, under root of C naught and C naught, in the numerator C naught is there, and in the denominator under root of C naught is there. So only C naught is nothing but multiplication of 2 under root C naught. Okay, 2 under root C naught. So 1 under root C naught will be cancelled with under root C naught. So 1 under root C naught will be remain in the numerator. Okay, similarly for D. Okay, and then you will get the things as in first term, you will get the under root of D multiplied by C naught multiply by CH, D multiply by C naught multiply by CH, D multiply by C naught multiply by CH whole divided by 2, outside the under root, plus once again under root D multiply by C naught multiply by CH divided by 2. Okay, so after this, write down the note. You can write the note. For EOQ, ordering cost total for EOQ, total annual ordering cost is equal to annual inventory carrying cost. Inventory carrying cost. Okay, for EOQ, total annual ordering cost is equal to annual inventory carrying cost. Okay, so you will get 2 multiply by, write down next, 2 multiply by D multiply by C naught, 2 multiply by under root of 2 multiply D multiply by C naught multiply by CH whole divided by 2. Now here 2 will be cancelled and under root of 2 will remain in the numerator. Okay, so you'll get minimum annual total cost, minimum annual total cost in bracket TCM, minimum annual total cost in bracket TCM, which is equal to under root of 2 multiply by D multiply by C naught multiply by CH, under root of 2 multiply by D multiply by C naught multiply by CH. Now here D is nothing but annual demand, C naught is nothing but ordering cost per order, and CH is nothing but inventory carrying cost per rupees per unit per period. Okay, rupees per unit per period. Okay, so minimum annual total cost. Okay, so this is the EOQ model for the instantaneous replenishment. Okay, stock action or replenishment action is instantaneous, so there is no lead time. So for that purpose, if the problem is related to that, then we have to implement this particular model. Now second model is, right on the heading of second model, economic order quantity when stock replenishment is not instantaneous. Okay, economic order quantity when stock replenishment is not instantaneous. economic order quantity when stock replenishment is not instantaneous. It is also called as a production model. Okay, it is also called as a production model. So in bracket you can write production model. Okay, first of all, try to understand what is this model. Okay, replenishment action is not instantaneous. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब है ऑर्डर देने के बाद इन्वेंट्री मेंटेन करने के लिए ऑर्डर देने के बाद इंस्टेंटेनियसली सब ऑर्डर आपको नहीं मिलता, थोड़ा टाइम पीरियड जाना पड़ता है, तभी आपको पूरे ऑर्डर मिल जाते हैं. So that is nothing but replenishment action is not instantaneous. Okay, so let us consider now this particular model, then you will understood. Okay, now consider the fact that you are creating some products, okay, variety of products, and for the particular product you need to run the schedule. Okay, and once it will reach to the maximum inventory level, if you produce the number of products whose limit is over, then at that point we have to stop that production and we need to install the another product for the production purpose, or we need to install the another processes on the machines, another setup on the machine to produce the another goods or another variety. Okay, and in that period the consumption is continuous one, or the selling of that particular product is continuous one. Okay, selling of that particular product is continuous one. Now here, if you consider that you are producing one good and maintaining the inventory of finished goods. Okay, maintaining the inventory of a finished good. आप एक प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं और उसकी इन्वेंट्री मेंटेन कर रही है. ओके, उसकी इन्वेंट्री मेंटेन कर रहे हैं और आपके पास एक प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, ऐसे 5-6 प्रोडक्ट है. ओके, ऐसे 5-6 प्रोडक्ट है. नाउ एक की इन्वेंट्री मैक्सिमम लेवल के स्तर पर पहुंच गई, मैक्सिमम लेवल तक पहुंच गई, उसके बाद उसका प्रोडक्शन आप आगे नहीं रन कर पाएंगे. ओके, वो प्रोडक्शन, उस वैरायटी का प्रोडक्शन वहां पे ही स्टॉप हो जाएगा और नेक्स्ट वैरायटी का प्रोडक्शन चालू किया जाएगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट वैरायटी का प्रोडक्शन चालू किया जाएगा. ओके, सो दैट इज द बेसिक कंसेप्ट. ओके, नाउ हियर वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट when we are building the inventory, at that time consumption is continuous one. Consumption did not stop, or selling of a product did not stop. Selling is continuous one. You are producing the product at that time period also, the selling of that product is continuous one. Okay, selling of that particular product is continuous one. So here we need to consider that the replenishment action is continuous. Okay, for the certain time period. Okay, and when it will reach to the maximum level, the replenishment action will stop, but the consumption or selling of a goods action is a continuous one. Okay, now here you consider that when the inventory is at the lower level, okay, at the lower level, so we have started the production of that particular product. Okay, so once the production will start, the inventory of that product will goes on increasing, but we are maintaining, we are building the inventory, but the consumption is also continuous one. Okay, that particular product is selling out or consumed on a continuous basis. Okay, so आपका production rate consumption और selling rate से ज्यादा होना चाहिए, तभी आप inventory build up कर सकते हैं, तभी आप inventory build up कर सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पे कंसीडर कीजिएगा आपका प्रोडक्शन का रेट कंजम्पशन और नहीं तो सेलिंग के रेट से ज्यादा है, तो इसलिए आपकी इन्वेंट्री बिल्टअप हो रही है. ओके, हो रही है. और जब भी आप मैक्सिमम लेवल तक पहुंच जाओगे, इन्वेंट्री के मैक्सिमम लेवल तक पहुंच जाओगे, तब आप क्या करोगे, उस प्रोडक्ट का प्रोडक्शन स्टॉप करोगे. ओके, मैक्सिमम लेवल तक पहुंचने के बाद आप क्या करोगे, उस प्रोडक्ट का प्रोडक्शन स्टॉप करोगे और नया प्रोडक्ट प्रोडक्शन के लिए ले लेंगे. ओके, और नया प्रोडक्ट और नई वैरायटी आप प्रोडक्शन के लिए ले लेंगे. सो उसके लिए आपको नया सेटअप लगाना पड़ेगा. ओके, नया सेटअप लगाना पड़ेगा. नाउ जब आप नया सेटअप लगाएंगे, दूसरी वैरायटी का प्रोडक्शन चालू करेंगे, तब इस वैरायटी का प्रोडक्शन स्टॉप हो जाएगा, बट the consumption is also the consumption will not stop. It is continuous one. So consumption or a selling of a product is continuous one. Because of that, the inventory level of that specific product will goes on decreasing, and when it will reach to the minimum level, at that time you will install the setup of that particular product for the production purpose, and then you will start the production of a product. But the consumption is a continuous one, so it will slowly build up and it will reach to the maximum level. Okay, so this is the cycle. Okay, so this is the cycle. So starting of production for the particular product, reaching to the maximum level, and once again after due to the consumption on a continuous basis, it will reach to the minimum level of a inventory. So this minimum and this minimum, so the time period between these two positions or these two locations or these two events will be considered as the cycle time. Okay, will be considered as a cycle time. Now for the particular time period, the production will run for the product. Okay, production will run for the particular product, and this time period will be considered as a TP. Okay, so TP time period tak, okay, jab tak inventory maximum नहीं होती तब तक production का time चल रहा है, so that time period will be considered as a TP. Okay, but the consumption का time period क्या है? Consumption is continuous, so total cycle time will be considered for the consumption. Total cycle time will be considered as a consumption. Okay, now here we need to consider some assumption. First assumption is this model is applicable when inventory continuously builds up over a period of a time after placing an order. Okay, or units are manufactured and used or sold at a constant rate. Okay, model suitable for the manufacturing environment where there is a simultaneous production and consumption. So it is called as a production model. Getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt? So write down model number two. कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो पूछ लेना. Okay, I will repeat the things because it is necessary to understand. If you will not understand these things, then you are not able to solve the problems on inventory, and these problems are important for GATE examination also. So try to understand these models. EOQ model when the replenishment action is instantaneous, and EOQ model when the replenishment action is not instantaneous. Okay, so write down model 2, economic order quantity when stock replenishment is not instantaneous, and this is also called as a production model. It is also called as production model. It is also called as production model. So first point, write down this model is applicable. This model is applicable when this model is applicable when this model is applicable when inventory continuously builds up over a period of time after placing an order or units are manufactured and used or sold. Units are manufactured and used or sold at constant rate. Full stop. Next point, model suitable for the manufacturing environment. Model suitable for the manufacturing environment. Model suitable for the manufacturing environment. where there is simultaneous production, and consumption, where there is simultaneous production and consumption. So it is called production model. Okay, so it is called production model. So draw this figure, everyone, draw this figure, which will represent the model number 2. Okay, here TP you can show up to the central line, okay, up to this line, that is the production time, and TC you can show from this position to this position. Okay, TC or capital T also you can showcase, TC or capital T. So complete cycle, for the complete cycle, the total time period will be considered as a consumption time period. Consumption is continuous one, it will not stop. Over. So if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask, or else you can put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave. So further, this model we will discuss in the next lecture, and the problem on these two models also we will discuss in the next lecture. Extra 2 lectures, 2 to 3 lectures we will require to finish this chapter. Then we will start our new chapter after. So we will get the 2 lectures tomorrow only, and if it is continuous one, then we'll try to finish the problems on these 2 models tomorrow only, and the 1 model will take in another lecture. Okay, so if you have finished with this diagram, kindly put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can, no issue. Okay.